Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to make text 3D. Well, the text doesn't become 3D, but it's in a 3D space. So I've made a new composition. So if I just do Command K for composition settings, so give it a name, 3D text, 1920 1080, and OK. So get into the habit of saving everything in the right folders. And I'm just going to click on my title action save, and I'm going to write much bigger than this. I'm just going to write okay, I'll just reduce that size. Okay. Okay, better. Right, so I can line this up quite nicely, turn off caps locks, and you can see that your anchor point is here. So I'm going to use the pan behind tool or press Y, and I'm just going to drag this to the center of my text. I go back to my arrow tool and move it to the center. So I can turn the layer into a 3D layer by just clicking underneath this cube, but you may not see that, so you might have to click on this to make it visible. So I click on that now, it's 3D, and these arrows appear. So that's Y, X, and Z space. And if you open up the layer, you can see in your transform tools, you've got these extra values, and your position has a third value, which is your Z space, and your scale also. So all of these are extra values because you're working in a 3D area. So what I'm going to do is I want to have the text appear and then zoom towards the front of the screen. So I'm just going to click here for my first position keyframe, and then I'm going to have the text move back inside space as far as it will go, like that. And then I'm going to have my opacity fade in. So from 0 to 100 as it's moving. So I'm just going to have these start here. So it fades in, moves towards the front of the screen. I want it to hold for a bit. So all I need to do is duplicate that keyframe. So I just can click on that, and then I'm going to have the text move towards the front of the screen. So if you hold down Shift, then it goes a lot quicker, like that. And if you wanted it to move this area slightly down, you can do that with your Y value here, like that. So you can kind of control how it moves off. And then I'm going back to my position, and I'm going to just move it off. So if I play that, so what I can do is I can add easy ease, select all the keyframes, click one of them and go to keyframe assistant, easy ease. And I can also add a motion blur. Click here and then here. So that enables it. And then the layers that you want to have motion blur, you just click underneath here. Okay. So that's just a simple move in 3D space. If I wanted to, so obviously you can add more text to appear after that. And if I wanted to have a rotation around a piece of text, then I'll just make a new text layer. Right, I'll just write my name, turn off caps, make it a bit bigger. Okay, and the pan behind tool, and I'll bring the anchor point to the middle here. So what I want to do is I want to move the anchor point back. So if I look here on the active camera and go to top, so I'm looking down on the text. Oh, I haven't made it 3D yet. There we go. So now it's 3D. So I'm looking down on the text. So if you imagine if we were looking down like this. So if I go to top, and what I can do is if I go to my anchor point, I can move my image away and create distance between the anchor point and the image. And then if I go back to active camera, so my image is closer, but the anchor point is in the same point. And what I can do now is I can either do that with the X rotation, so you see that there's that much distance between the text and the anchor point. So you can create a rotation like this. Or on your Y, you can create a rotation like this. So I think what I'm going to do is just keyframe that, and then I'm going to put in 3 revolutions. And I'm going to add motion blur. So it's quite easy and it's quite effective. So that's just an intro into using 3D text.